Sometimes it's not what you want to do, it's what you need to do for you. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and if you are new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Gabrielle, and as you guys can see from the title down below, today I will be providing you with moving tips and advice that you need to know before you move out, during the process, and after you move, or if you do decide to move. So if you're interested in that, stick around for the video. Okay guys, so what I have here with me today is actually some notes, because the first thing I want you guys to know is that this moving process is very stressful, and it's something that you have to accept before you do it. So before you think about moving out, there are some questions that I want you guys to take into consideration before you leave your parents' house. Or if you're not moving out for the first time, you already probably know some of these things. But especially if you're someone in your early 20s like myself, maybe it's your first time moving, you need to take these things into consideration. So I have a few questions that I wrote down for you guys, and I also have like a mini financial plan that I will be talking about with you guys as well. It's something that I used to help me, so hopefully you guys can take away something essential from this video. So let's get right into it. So the main thing I want you guys to ask yourself is, can you afford to move? I seriously want you guys to talk to yourself. Say to yourself, can I afford to move right now? And when I say afford to move, I mean, especially if you're going to be living on your own, you need to take your expenses and times that by 2, because you're going to be paying rent, you're going to be paying your phone bill, your light bill, your water bill. If you have a car, you're going to be paying for your car, your insurance, and stuff like that, guys. So the expenses are seriously real, and you need to take them seriously before you even think about moving. Honestly, living with your parents or whoever you're living with currently might be a pain in the you know what, but you have to take these things into consideration before you even think about moving out. Do you have a job? Do you have a source of income or sources of income? Can you sustain your living if you should lose your job? Guys, this is serious times, and we all know that COVID is, doing its thing out there. So if you should lose your job, because once you sign a lease, there is no coming out of that lease. And if you do want to come out of that lease, you have to pay to come out of that lease. Okay? So can you afford to pay to leave your lease or to continue with your lease? Those are very important questions that you need to ask yourself before guys, you decide to move out. Do you drive? Like I said before, do you have a car? Do you take the bus? Do you Uber? Do you Lyft? What's your weekly budget if you do Uber? Like myself, I take the bus to work, I Uber home. I have to have a weekly budget to see how much I'm spending versus how much I'm making. How much are you making? That's another thing you need to factor in. Where do you want to move? Where is your workplace? Where is your school? Wherever you're deciding to move, guys, it should fairly be close to work or school. That way, if you are taking public transportation, it's not as expensive as if you were living further from your job or your school. Will you be moving by yourself? Will you be moving in with a friend or a roommate? If you are moving in by yourself, this video is probably geared more towards you. So I would suggest that you listen keenly, write down your notes, ask yourself these questions, and make your financial budget. So speaking of financial budget, guys, I just want to talk about what I have written down here. And the first thing I have is write your actual income out. So how much are you making per hour? How much are you making per month? How often do you get paid? Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Write your bills, like every single bill. Your phone bill, your rent, water, internet, car bill. Write them out. And you can follow this rule that I have. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. So basically 50% of your income will be your bills, depending on what you do and how much you make. This is just a disciplinary plan that you can use. So 50% of your income goes towards your bills, 30% to savings, and 20% to what I like to call flex and food. So I know you guys see me going out a lot on my vlogs, so that's the 20% that I put aside to go out, versus the 30% saving and the 50% towards my bills. So you guys can follow that. I will show you a close-up of it soon, but that's what you need to take into consideration before you move. Can you afford it? Make your financial plan. What's your budget, etc., etc. So now it's time for you to move. The next thing that you need to do is apartment hunting or house hunting, whatever it is that you're looking for. When you're apartment hunting, some places, depending on where you live, what state, what country, some places have application fees, and you have to pay those fees before you even see the property. So you have to be careful with when you're looking for places as well, because that in itself can be very costly. Here in Canada, I've never seen where I'd had to pay for an application before, but I know in some countries like the US, some states require an application fee before you even get to see the place. Anyway, so what I would suggest while apartment hunting is ensure that you have at least 3 months of your rent saved. Especially if you're young, you're probably not making as much money. Like myself, 3 months is where I would put the max that you should save. In a realistic world, 6 months would be the best to try to save up for, but that's a stretch if you're just starting out life like myself. So first and last is what most places will ask for. So your first month's rent, your last month, and I like to call the third month your free month. So say for example you move into a place August, you already paid your August rent and your next year August rent, but the third month would be your September rent. So basically you wouldn't have to be worrying about rent until it's time to pay for October. So know your cap price when you're apartment hunting, guys. So your cap price is basically what you don't want to go over. It's like your budget. So say for example you see somewhere and it's going for $1,000 per month. If your cap price is $900, I wouldn't suggest that you look at that $1,000 apartment, because some places $1,000 is just the rent. You still have to pay your light bill, your hydro bill, and all sorts of maintenance fees apart from the $1,000. So you're already over your cap price for the $1,000, and then those additional bills even more over your budget. So know your cap price and stick to it, because some places they will lower the rent just because they can. Know exactly what you're looking for. Is it a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom? What size? Is it small? Is it a 300 to 500 square feet? Is it a 500 to 700 square feet? Know exactly what you're looking for. Also, guys, try to find somewhere that has minimal fees. So for myself personally, I actually turned down a luxury apartment not because I couldn't afford it, but was it in my budget? Yes, it was in my cap price. So my cap price at the time was $1,200, but that was just for my rent. So if my rent is $1,200 and I still have to pay internet fee, hydro fee, what is my actual rent? That's almost $1,300 or $1,400. That's over my cap price. So while I got approved for that apartment, I had to turn that apartment down. Not only because of that, I do not want to live in this city for a very long time. You also need to look at your long-term goals. I do not plan to live in the city for more than a year or two more. So it was not wise for me to get that apartment, spend all that money for the next 1 to 2 years while I could be saving to actually move to a city that I want to live in. So that is why you have to know exactly what you want, and that's exactly why I turned down a luxury apartment for an en suite, which is what I am in now. I already showed you guys the tour of my room and the bathroom. I actually live in a house. And also guys, as I said earlier, try to find a place with minimal fees. So where I am right now, I just pay one fee, and that's rent. Everything is included in that rent price. So AC, light, water, everything is included in that set price. So if you can find somewhere where your rent is all inclusive, all the better to you or for you. That's another reason why I had to reconsider. While I would love to live at that beautiful place with that beautiful walk-in closet, was it feasible for me at the time? Yes. Is it feasible for me in the long run? No. So that's the point I'm trying to bring across to you guys. Sometimes it's not what you want to do, it's what you need to do for you. By the time I'm ready to move out in a year or two, I actually have money saved up for rent when I move in another apartment. So guys, you have to also think about your long-term goals. Don't just make impulsive decisions. Some people just want to hurry up and get out of their parents' house, or they don't want to live with people anymore, and that's understandable. But do not make impulsive decisions. I could have made an impulsive decision because I didn't like the environment I was in anymore, but I had to think critically before I made a move. So I have been saving towards moving out for an apartment. However, just talking it over with my friends or my family, they advised me, actually, if I don't want to be in the city long term, it doesn't make sense to get an apartment. So that's another advice that I would share with you guys as well. So that's the process of looking. I know some places also they have security deposit fees. It also depends where you live. So you have to consider all those fees as well. Now that you found your apartment or your house or whatever it is that you're looking for, you need to take into consideration moving fees. You're going to need movers. First of all, if you have friends that can help you, even better for you, because I had friends that helped me to move. Thank you so much guys for helping me. And you need to consider furniture money, groceries. Don't even think about the furniture just yet. Think about the grocery money that you're gonna need when you move in. Personally, that's why I haven't made my part 2 moving vlog as yet, guys, because I'm still trying to figure out what kind of furniture I want. I had gotten rid of my old dresser and my TV, and there's just some decorations that I want in this space that I couldn't do in my older room, because as you guys saw, if you watched the moving vlog, my room at the time was really small. So now that I have more space, I can actually get to decorate some more. So after you move in, you're gonna need money for furniture, grocery, decorations, all those things you have to consider as well, guys. So moving is very hectic, but it's also beautiful because you have your own space, you have a peace of mind, but you need to consider the financial aspect of it as well. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope this was beneficial to whoever, whether you're young like myself, whether you're older, it doesn't really matter. I hope some of these key points stood out to you, and I hope you have a successful move whenever you do decide to move. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around for part 2 of moving vlog. I am still looking for furniture, guys, and you guys are gonna organize with me, and I'm still unpacking. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it or if you gained any information, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you want to join the family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.